tell me, baby, I've been waiting for a lifetime. Just keep on fading in all these photos, caught in the memories and captured in the highlights. Just keep on wasting. Glass after glass, I keep hoping you'll come around, drowning our fights in whatever can be found. 'Cause I've given in to all my demons lately. You know, might be easier just to let it go. Cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier for you. I do it all night. You're my only lifeline. Sing for me, darling, it's been quiet for a day now. Can't bear the silence inside my own head. I keep on hoping somehow we can make this alright. Just keep on trying. Glass after glass, I keep hoping you'll come around, drowning our fights in whatever can be found. 'Cause I've given in to all my demons lately. You know, might be easier just to let it go. Cut the cable short and the problem solved. Might be easier for you. I do it all night. You're my only lifeline.
Welcome to the Hyperpolyglot Activist. Learn languages, make a difference. My name is Dr. Carlos Yebra López, and I'm joined today by John in Manila, Philippines. John, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. So today the idea is to contrast the theory we already knew about Chavacano with the practice of coming to Manila and experiencing the language firsthand. And let us remember that Chabacano is the group of Spanish-based Creole in the Philippines that have Spanish as the lexifier and Philippine languages as the add-straight. In practice, this means that Spanish provides most of the vocabulary, but the grammar is based on Philippine languages. Now, Chabacano is fascinating because it is part of the global Hispanophone. As defined in 2019 by Calderwood, the global Hispanophone is that space of tension between Spanish as a language of the empire and creative responses to that language from non-standard varieties that challenge the contours and the frontiers of Spanish, whether those are geographic or cultural, linguistic, etc. So with that in mind, the other day I went to Intramuros, right? It's the walled area in Manila. And as I was talking to the taxi driver in Grab, which is the alternative, the Philippine response to Uber, he told me that Chabacano was being displaced not so much by Spanish and or English, but nowadays even more so by Mandarin. And that caught my attention. Then when I went to Chinatown yesterday, the guide told me that learning Chinese is very profitable. And for that reason, a lot of Filipinos are turning to that. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on the rise of Mandarin in the Philippines and the way in which that could affect Chavacano? Is there a relationship there, or is just folk science?
I don't see a lot of relationship there, to be honest. But I welcome any kind of interest in any foreign languages in the Philippines. So if there is a rising popularity of learning Mandarin Chinese in the Philippines, I think that's very, very welcome. I think Chavacano, along with other Philippine languages, are facing displacement not so much by the introduction of Chinese and other foreign languages in the Philippines, but really the the preference for the more widely spoken Philippine languages like Tagalog and Cebuano, especially since in the areas where Chavacano is still spoken, Tagalog and Cebuano are also widely spoken along with it.
So Chabacano, as it persists today, would you say that it continues to be a primarily vernacular, primarily spoken language as opposed to Britain? Or can it be also found in spaces that coexist with, say, Filipino or other Philippine languages in Britain register?
I would say that it's still primarily spoken vernacular more than anything. There are attempts to standardize it and to write literature in it, for example. With the introduction of the mother tongue-based education in the Philippines, it's now the language of instruction from 1st to 3rd grade in areas where it's native. That is, Zamboanga Peninsula. But I don't think there's been a lot of success in that department insofar as there's not a lot of written literature yet, and it's not widely used in the media. When I was still living in Zamboanga about, say, 20 years ago, there was a news broadcast every day that was done in Chavacano, and there were still many radio programs that were broadcast in Chavacano as well. But I don't think I think they're dwindling in numbers now, and I think they're also dwindling in terms of audience and viewership.